So I'm from a little place called Zimbabwe in southern Africa, and I came to America in 2001. I set up a wellness center, and I have a background in naturopathic preventive medicine. That's what I do. And so I'm very, very passionate about health and wellness. And when I was a kid, my father said, you have only one thing in life you will always have. You can have friends and lose them. You can have health and lose it. You can have money and lose it. But your name is something you'll always have. Look after it, and it will look after you. So New Skin for me was a very good fit, because it allowed me to walk my talk on integrity and credibility. That's what that's all about for me. And my lemma in life now is rekindle the embers of people's burnt dreams. Because everybody dreams, and then life gets in the way, either for their own fear or because of however they see life. You know, the people, the dream stealers. And by the way, what an incredible, incredible presentation by Buzz Cronin just now. I think it was phenomenal, and I'm very nervous about following that. So I just wanted to talk about, it's about people. That was my talk today. And basically, it's not about you, it's about them. It's about the people we talk to. And so we all think we're so different. You know, we dress differently, we speak different languages, we come from different places, we live in different places. But actually, there's much more that is in common and much more similar to us all than immediately meets the eye. So I'm going to play a little something here for you to look at. Yeah. So, when you smile, you're actually opening the doors to communication. You're opening the doors to a dialogue and to be able to communicate with people. So the other thing is, when we look at somebody, we say, well, what am I going to say to that person? You know, what will he think? What will she think? What am I going to, what if I start with something, what are they going to say? We have this continual conversation in our minds, and then we think, well, I don't think this person might be interested in what I have. I don't think this one would really listen to me. So I want to show you a little video about never prejudge, because we always think, we have this conversation and it's a dialogue. We've got a positive wolf on the right and a negative wolf on the left. And one of them is saying, you know, oh, you're phenomenal, you can do this. The negative one says, don't be ridiculous, of course you can't, you're too old and whatever. So we always have a conversation, and we're never still, and we prejudge people. So I want to show you never prejudge. By the way, Buzz's talk was about stories tell and facts just stories sell, facts just tell. So here's something that's video as well, so that can help to show the idea.
Take it away. Try it.
So this little girl is 8 years old. 8. You look at her and you think, oh my goodness, seriously? And everybody couldn't believe it. So the point is, never prejudge. You look at somebody, you know, I went for a haircut the other day, and I went in, and I haven't been to a hairdresser for years. I just cut my own hair with a number 3 and a number 4, and I'm done. And in this hairdresser, my wife told me I have to go and get a proper haircut. And I went in, and the oldest person in there was about 19. The barbers with tattoos and things out their noses and ears. And I looked at that, and they must have thought I was from the IRS or something. So never prejudge. These guys are good. Never prejudge. So the best thing about what you need to do is to know yourself. You have to absolutely know yourself. You've got to know your strengths. You've got to know your weaknesses. You've got to know who you are before you try and find out who everybody else is. If you don't know who you are, how are you going to understand what anybody else is or what they do? Yes. You've got to know yourself. That's the first. Then we've also got to understand that looking at that 6, if I'm standing at the top, I'm seeing a 9. And everybody at the bottom is seeing a 6. So I could talk till the cows come home that it's a 9, and the people who see a 6 are going to talk until the cows come home that it's a 6. And we're both right. But we've got to see the things from their point of view. So we've got to come down and see, who are we talking to? What do they need? How can I fill their problem? How can I solve their problem? How can I understand them? So what we've got to do is understand each person. And we're not trying to sell something, we're trying to solve a problem. It's not about, I want to sell this, I want to sell that. I want to solve their problem. That's the main thing. And people really don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. This is something we've talked about forever. But do we really put that into practice? Actually, one of the ladies who spoke earlier was talking about heart. It is all about heart. That's where you get your passion. If you believe that you have something that you can help somebody, and by the way, it'll solve their problem, whether it's a beauty problem, a health problem, a financial problem, any kind of problem. And if you can be instrumental in helping somebody, how difficult is that? And it's from the heart. And that's what gives passion. The way to do that is to ask questions. Don't interrupt, ask questions. The more questions you ask, the more you are in control of the conversation. It's not talking, it's listening. It's about listening. It's about asking lots and lots of questions to understand, who is this person I'm talking to? What does he or she think? Why do they think like that? How can I solve that problem? When we talk, we've got to also be not like a puppy. Be like a cat. Be calm. Be controlled. Don't pant on everybody. Just be calm and controlled. And when we speak, try and pause. You know, the message will come, but we've got to be just make the message. The more paused you are, the more emphasis you have on certain words, the more impact we can have. So when somebody talks to us, think about what they're saying. They're very, very important. Whatever these people are saying, it's for them important. The more you've asked the questions, the more they're talking about themselves, the more you learn about them. But pause and understand it. Listen. Think about what they're saying. So, I have a little part here that I'd like to show you now, which is here. Once we've understood who we're talking to, once we know that we've got something unique, we've got the passport to the future, which is science, technology, and innovation. If we believe in ourselves, and we believe in the company, we believe in the product, then the formula for success is there. All we have to do is implement it. And passion is, in my opinion, for me, I don't need to work, thank God. I retired at 57. I started this when I was 62. I'm now 70. And it's been the most phenomenal journey I've had. It's all about fun. It's about enjoying it. It's about being able to help people improve either their thinking or their lives, or in any way we can, to help people in any way we can. So here's a little clip that I'd like to show you as well.
Because I've never performed in front of a big audience and I just love to be cheered on.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Dinky little pig.
Job as my security guard.
What made you want to do this?
I used to do ballet and I was dancing, but I didn't like it.
So the point of this is we all have an inner strength. We all have an inner power. We all have a passion. But sometimes we lose it. We can't find it. And we've got to find that passion. We've got to find the tiger that is within us. And when we do that, there's nothing to stop us. I don't care that I'm 70. I don't care. I feel like I'm 35, 40. It's how we think. It's how we think. That's what it's about. So, you know, when we have a look at this and we look at what results we can get from how we help people, that is the motivation, in my case, for me. To get up in the morning, that I don't have to, but it gives me the passion to do that. To know that I can make a difference. And I'll just end with a little story. I met somebody in Colombia 2.5 years ago. She was a refugee from Venezuela, and she came with 2 kids. She lost everything in Venezuela, a restaurant, they kidnapped her husband. It was a very sad story. And she's a chemical engineer. And so I talked to her, and she said, you know, I haven't been in the country for 15 years. I've been out of Colombia for 15 years. I've been in Venezuela. And she said, I know nobody. You're asking me to do stuff that I know nothing about. I'm a chemical engineer. And I said, okay, well look, I said, listen, first of all, believe in yourself. Second, believe in the company. Third, believe in the product. Then do what I do and have faith in me, because I can back by the company. And she said, okay. But it took her 2 months to study that. After a year, she bought her car, 0 kilometers. They call it that way in Colombia, 0 miles. And she came to convention, she went to Disney World on her own with her 2 kids, her husband and her stepdaughter. So she did that in 2 years, from somebody who thought there was going to be nothing left in her life because it was the end. So unleash the tiger within everybody. Bless you.
Great job, Lawrence.